Hello everyone, we are from Ling High School, Penang. We would like to talk about the poem Said I Ams. Hope you like it. The poet of this poem is Trevor Millum, born in United Kingdom. He is a writer of poems, plays and stories for all ages, from children to adults. Currently self-employed and has written widely on poetry, creativity, and the use of information and communications technology in English. Another for that. His poetry collections include A Stegosaurus is for Life and other animal poems and Exploding Heads comic stream poems. That's all for the poet introduction.
Now I'm going to explain overview of Said I Ams. The poem is about neglected, overused, damaged, or discarded things. Using personification, he highlights the sad feelings of items like a toothless stapler, a neglected garden, and a threadless tire. He writes this poem to direct the attention of readers, especially children, to the sorry plight of inanimate things or creatures which have no voice. The poem seeks to raise awareness of the fact that objects also have feeling and want to be useful even in old age, like humans beings. They want to be held, loved, and valued. Lastly, the poem sings to encouraging recycling.
Now I will read two paragraphs of Said I Am for you. I am the ring from an empty cola can, the scrapings from an unwashed porridge pan, the soft arm of last year's action man. I am the envelope on which the gum is gone, the sellotape where you can't find the end, the toothless stapler, springless bulldog clip, the dried up liquid paper, the mask instead of man's, the stamp address reply that you forgot to send. Now I would like to continue the third and fourth paragraphs. I am the battery in which no charge is left. The starter motor remains inert. The tire on which the thread is worn. The sparkling plug which shows no sign of spark. The carburetor shocked by bits of dirt. The chromium trim from which the shine has gone. I am a garden, overgrown with weeds, a library book that no one ever reads, a stray which no one thinks to fit, the piece of good advice which no one seems to need. Verse 2. The chorus of complaints now come from a gumless envelope, the sellotape steel and the toothless stapler, the springless bulldog clip, the dried up useless liquid paper, and the unsent stamp address reply. Now I would like to explain the meaning of verse. Verse 1. The complaints of neglect in the verse begin with the ring from an empty and discarded cola can. Then the porridge scrapings left in a pan joins in. Finally, the broken arm of an Action Man toy sadly joins in the universal lament of neglect. Lastly, verse 4. Here the neglected garden complains of desertion, and then the unread, untouched library book airs its need to be used and loved. The hungry abandoned strays grumbles as it grumbles, and family, the unheeded piece of good advice, completes the series of complaints from fellow sufferers. Verse 3. An old abandoned car now has its say as the various damaged or discarded car parts voice their pain. The winning begins with the battery with no charge, followed by the stationary starter motor, then the threadless tire, the sparkless spark plug, the dirty carburetor, and the shineless chromium trim add their voices to the chorus of grievances.
CLHS have 7 main elements in the poem: settings, persona, theme, message, moral values, tone and mode, and lastly, language and style. The second element of the CLHS poem is the persona. The persona is the group of neglected or discarded objects that want to be useful, attractive, and loved again. The first element of the poem is setting. The time of the setting is the present. Place have a trash bin, a kitchen sink or floor, a playroom, an office, a car workshop, a garden, a library, and a street.
Another element of the poem is themes. There are two types of themes in this poem. First, neglect, abandonment, and rejection, and another one is the importance of recycling. First, the neglect, abandonment, and rejection means all objects, whether animate or inanimate, have feelings and should be treated with care, love, and respect. Today, people have become careless and indifferent. They thoughtlessly throw away old and unwanted things and neglect people. Inanimate things have no voice, but they want to be useful and valued again. The old, infirm, and disabled are voiceless, but they have feelings too and want to be a part of a living, thriving, and vibrant society. Second, the importance of recycling. In our modern throwaway society, it is all too easy to eliminate waste and old, unwanted, and useful things. However, some of these objects can be recycled and reused. Thus, new or refashioned created items can be produced, sold, and reused in a different form. Next, the poem is encouraging recycling, which is helpful to our modern world of waste and destruction.
And another element of poem is message. Be more sensitive to the feelings of others. Animals, like human beings, must not be thoughtlessly discarded. They, like inanimate objects, must be treated with dignity and respect even if they have outlived their usefulness to society. Be more vigilant and creative about recycling goods. To save the environment, it is necessary to devise new ways to reprocess and reuse goods which have been neglected or abandoned. Now I will talk about moral value. Love, compassion, and kindness. Example for love, compassion, and kindness, we must be kind and compassionate to others, whether they are animate or inanimate. Everyone and everything around us has some use. They have served us according to their nature and make. Hence, we must treat the person or thing with love, compassion, and kindness when it is old, hurt, or less attractive and useful. Respect. Example for respect. We must respect and recognize the past service of the things we own and use. It is not right to carelessly abandon or neglect them when they have outlived their usefulness or have lost their beauty. Responsibility. Example for responsibility in age of environmental destruction. It is essential that we be responsible for preserving what is left for Mother Nature. We must be vigilant and accountable for how we treat our household waste and items or people who are in need. Public spirit. We must take an active interest in important social issues like the need to preserve our air, land, and water, including our senior citizens. If we come forward and raise awareness, others will be influenced to act positively as well. Now I'm going to explain tone and mood. The tone is regret. The poet writes about his subjects in a tone of regret. He noticed how wasteful it is to discard, neglect, or ignore old, spoiled, or disfigured things. And the mood is sadness and loneliness. Such feelings, emotions occur when one is abandoned, neglected, or rejected. Naturally, one will feel lonely and depressed.
The last element in this poem is language and style. The poem is written in 4 stanzas and it has uneven line lengths. The rhyming pattern is not consistent. You can look at the picture down. The poet used personification, imagery, diction, repetition, and irony to bring the poem to become more lively.